Hello everyone, so my name is Nita and I am representing MyWays in today's session. So as all of we know, with this DSA Sprint is going, this is our series of master classes on DSA where it covering from the basic level to the advanced level of DSA in the whole month of September. So welcome to all of you, and as we all know, our mentor today is Mr. Rohan Saini. I would like to invite him for this session, and let me give a brief introduction about MyWays and about our mentor for the today. So MyWays is basically a career accelerated platform where we are dedicated to make the tech students experience freshers. So we actually are the portal where we dedicate to make you more conscious, more confident, and most important, more employable. So we understand that the problems which tech person face, and we are there. So we conduct a lot of master classes on tech, soft skills, and also we provide jobs to all the tech students based on their capacities. We have a partners like Paytm, Fleetex, and also all of these job opportunities are free for students. You just need to crack our test. So I will let you know about. You can also get your next dream job with this session. I will talk about it more at the end of session. So quickly giving the introduction of the mentor of today. So our mentor today is Mr. Rohan Saini. He's an industry expert in data scientist at CBRE. So he has also written the paper. He has also written the research paper in the field of data science itself, and he already have taken one of the Python workshop with MyWays also. So do check it out, that sessions also. There he provide the hands-on experience of the Python workshop and explain the code. This session is also very practical, hands-on oriented, and I hope that many of you have submitted the project which we provide last week, because if you attend all these sessions video and our live sessions, and in case you miss the session, we will provide you the video, and if you are attending it live, it's very nice. And submit the projects, you are eligible to the uh, if you are submitting the projects, you are eligible to the certificate of DSS Sprint from MyBase. And also at the please stay till end, and also at the end of this session I'm giving you one of the surprise, like how can you actually get landed into your favorite job. So let's get started. I'm just giving floor to Mr. Rohan Saini, who is our mentor today. He will continue this session. And one just quick more update that at 30th we have a live hiring test where you can also invite your friends and actually give a live hiring test. Based on that test, you can actually get into your job also. So please do not miss this session and that session. It's very important if you want to get into the job. So stay tuned, stay till end, and giving the stage to the mentor. So thank you so much, Rohan, for coming in again and joining again this weekend. Very happy to host you.
Okay. Am I audible now?
Yes, you are.
Could you please make the other device co-host know this one?
Yes. Which one?
Name Rohan Saini, not Rohan.
Okay, okay. Just making it. Done.
Give me a second.
So Manish, the test will be on next 30th, next Friday, 7 p.m. That is 30th.
Okay, so let's start with today's session. Let me know who are really excited. Come on, guys, give me a quick heads up. Test will be sent after the session, Manish. Today we will be covering important algorithms and few interview questions as well. Let me know I'm sharing my screen. Who all are there in my previous session? Please give me a quick heads up, guys. Yeah, definitely. Let me know if my screen is clearly visible so that we can start. Let me introduce myself. My name is Rohan Saini. I'm currently working as a data scientist. I have expertise in data science, machine learning, deep learning, big data, data structures and algorithms and all this. Okay. So, and we are covering this entire sprint in Python language. Okay. So first of all, this is an important algorithm, cadence algorithm. Let me know if anyone is aware about like what is cadence algorithm, like what it do. Anyone else in the chat window who all are aware? Okay, Rajat, let me know, please. Please let me know in brief, like what is cadence algorithm. Sorry. Okay, so let's start. So the question is, write a function, write great sum of subarray, write a function that takes a non-empty array of integers and returns the maximum sum that we can obtain by summing up all the integers in a sub-array. So suppose I'm having this particular array. Let me know if it's visible, guys. Then we can start. So you need to find a sub-array so that you can find the maximum sum from out of this entire array. Is that question justified to everyone? Please let me know. Okay, I believe only Rajat has understood. What about others? Nidhi, Manish? You have given an entire array and you need to find out a sub-array so that it can give you an entire sum. So what could be the most possible solution for that? Suppose I'm applying a brute force technique. So in that case, I will be creating two for loops, right? First of all, I will start iterating from 3 and will take the sum for the entire. Then I will traverse 5, then we'll take the entire sum. Then I will iterate with 9, then we'll take the entire sum, right? And I will collect all the sum in a dictionary or a list, then I can get the maximum out of there, right? Is that understood? Like this is a very brute force. It is a very nice technique with a complexity of O(n) square, right? But how we can run it in big O of n, that's the main issue. So cadence algorithm comes into the picture after that. Let me know if you're understood and we can move forward. Anyone having any doubt? So what cadence algorithm do? Let me zoom in a bit. Suppose this is my array, right? I'll start from the first term, right? And I will start taking the sum. 3 plus 5, 8. Over here, from here itself, from the first index, my sum is 8. But when I move forward, so what is 8 minus 9? Which is minus 1, right? So my sum is decreasing now. Now what will happen? The next value would be the max of the sum and this entire index value. Let me explain this again. What is the sum over here? 3. What is the sum over here? 8. What is the sum over here at the third index? What would be the 5 plus 3, 8 minus 1. So minus 1 over here, right? What is the next value? when I'm taking the sum, -1 + 1, 0 over here. So when I keep iterating, taking the sum, so sometimes there might be possibility like the sum keeps on decreasing or sum keeps on increasing due to this particular negative value. So we can't sort the array, right? Because we are need to find the sub array out of this particular array. So we can't sort the array. What this algorithm do, it will take the max value at current index or the sum, right? So over here, am I getting 3? Let's move forward. Over here, I'm getting 8, right? So the next value would be the max of -9 or -1, because 8 minus 9 is equal to -1. So the max value is -1. So I will include -1 as well. I'll keep moving forward. 1 max of 1, or what if I include 1 as well over here? So the answer would be 0, right? So next sprint we're gonna start from 1 only. You getting the point, or do I need to explain it again? Please let me know, guys. Rajat, Nidhi, Manish. Anyone, please give me a quick, okay, Rajat, let me give me another quick heads up. So I'm taking the sum from left to right, right? Let's start with 3. 3 plus 5 is 8. So 8 is, I will take max of 8 or 5. I need to check whether I need to start again from 5 itself or not. So the maximum value is 8. So I will include 8 as well. In the next iteration, I will check whether the max of 3 plus 5 minus 9 or -9. So I will take the max, the value over here is -1 or -9. So I will include -9 as well. In the next iteration, max of 1 or max of 3 plus 5 minus 9 or 1. So the maximum value would be -1 or 1. So I will start taking this first value. So the next iteration would be starting from 1 only. Now again, I will start the same. 1 plus 3, 4. So the next value would be max of 4 or 1 plus 3 minus 2. You getting the point? So in this case, I will keep on replacing the maximum value and I will keep moving forward. Over here in Python itself, I have taken the maximum value of that particular number, of this particular number, or maximum ending so far, maximum ending from this number. In the next iteration, the maximum number or number from here, the maximum number or the number from here, and I will keep on replacing the maximum number. Is that making sense? This is a most important algorithm which is being asked in top product based organizations. Let me know if I need to explain it again or we can move forward. Simply, I will start from my first index and I will take like the maximum value would be the value at the first index, 0th index. I will start creating a for loop. Number would be my value at first index. I will create result. I will check whether the number, this number is max or this entire sum is max. And after this time overall, I will keep replacing the numbers, and at the end, I will get a particular sub-array. So in this particular solution, I'm getting the sub-array from this to this, right? This is the most important concept, guys. Let me know. Let's move forward. Let me know, please. Nidhi, you have raised your hand. Please let me know if you're having any doubt. I believe we can move forward. Stack. Let's start with stack. Okay. So what is a stack? Stack is a data structure that falls under LIFO, last in, first out, right? A stack is a linear data structures that allows principle of last in, first out. This means the last element inserted inside the stack is removed first. Let me give you an example. So this is an empty stack. I have started putting numbers inside it. So this value would be at the end. After that, I will keep pushing new numbers, So you can see, if I need to pop any value, so the last value would be popped first, right? So in that case, this particular concept works. It's just like that you have a pile of plates on top of another. Is that clear? Please let me know. Rajat, Manish, Nidhi, is that clear? Like I'm having last in, first out. So let's start with the most important question. You need to create a particular function in Python itself, in which you need to first create a function to insert value, to peek out of that particular. Peek means get the value at top the element. Okay. Or you need to find the maximum value or minimum value. So how will you find that? Like, what is the maximum value or minimum value from that entire stack? Over here, I've used class-based function. I created a class min-max stack over here, which is a empty list as of now, right? To peek means you need to find the value at top, right? What is that value at the top? Just need to index the value at the last, because the value which you have inserted at the last index is at the top, right? Is that making sense? Suppose I'm having a list over here, 2, 3, 4, 5. So last in, first out. So this value is at the top, which is at minus first index, right? To pop the value, simply I can use pop function. This is the function. Here you can easily print that particular stack in the form of an array. Just I have reversed the particular array, and you can append this particular inside this particular function itself. So it is simple. The next scene is you need to push any value, or you need to add any value. So over here, first of all, I've created a dictionary over here, and this particular function is in big of n, because first of all, let me tell you, give me a particular explanation, like what if I need to find a maximum value or minimum value from that particular list or array? You need to iterate through entire particular data structure. But over here, first of all, I need to insert any value. So I will compare whether this particular value is, first of all, I will store this value in this dictionary in the form of minimum value and maximum value. Over here, if I have inserted this value, so it will check which number is minimum. If that particular number is minimum, so it will gonna store over here. If this particular number is maximum, so it will gonna store over here only. and the values will get appended. So, so to find the maximum or minimum, we just need to call that dictionary. That's it. This is a very clever method to find the maximum and minimum value. It's just like you have created the instance or class in that way. You are recording the minimum and maximum value in each iteration, right? Let me rub this. Let me know if you understood this concept. We can move forward. Manish, Rajat, Nidhi, anyone? Another important question, balanced brackets. Dictionary concepts you are not understood, okay? So over here, Rajat, I've created a dictionary. So suppose this stack is empty as of now, okay? This stack is empty as of now. I have inserted a value 4 over here. So in first iteration, the minimum value would be 4 and the maximum value would be 4, right? If I've inserted a new value, suppose 6. So over here, the values will get updated. I'm going to compare 6 with 4. If 6 is greater than or equal to 4, the minimum value would be over here only and the maximum value would get appended over here. We are just replacing the value over here, like this over here, the minimum value and maximum value, comparing it with the number and the number which we have previously pushed inside that particular stack. So here we are just replacing the numbers. Balanced brackets. So suppose in the coding, when you write a code, you use these particular brackets, right? These square brackets, parentheses, this curly braces. So this particular function will check whether if you have used this open bracket or you have not closed this bracket, it will check. If this particular bracket contains Rohan, so it will return as false. If I'm using Rohan just like this, it will return as true. It will check brackets which is opened on the left hand side has been closed on the right hand side as well, right? Is that understood? Please let me know who are not aware about the problem statement. Please let me know. Manish, Rajat. This particular function will just check whether if you have open brackets or you have not closed those brackets or not. Okay. So how are we going to start that? Great. First of all, I will create a particular list or string which contains all the open brackets and which contains all the closed brackets, right? And I've also created a hash dictionary over here which will contain closed, open, closed, open, closed, open, right? Empty dictionary stack. So suppose I'm using this open brackets, Rohan, and this. For character in strings, so I will iterate each value, right? For character in strings, if character in opening brackets, so over here, this is in the opening brackets, so it will gonna append in the particular list. If character in closing brackets, if that character is in closing brackets as well, so it will check whether the stack is empty or not, right? Suppose if that particular opening brackets is not available over here, so the stack is empty. So at the end, it will return false. Otherwise, if this particular character is matched with this particular dictionary, we're gonna pop out this combination from the list. That's it. At the end, if my entire list is empty, so it means that You have correctly used your parenthesis. Is that making sense? Nidhi, Rajat. Great, Rajat. I believe only Rajat is able to understand these concepts. What about the others? Do we have, let me see. What about the others? Aprajita, what about you? Are you able to understand these concepts? Nidhi, great. Sunset views. The next question is sunset views. Given an array of buildings and direction that all the buildings face, return an array of indices that can see the sunset. Okay, let me explain this particular question, like how this question is framed up. You have given an array of 3, 5, 4, 4, 3, 1, 3, and 2. And you have given a direction as well, like east or west. For example, I'm taking a sample case. It means you will be provided with east value and this particular array. Now you want to check whether which particular buildings can see the sunset. I believe you have already solved this question somewhere as over code chef or lead code. Let me know, guys. Okay, Prajita, no problem. Are you aware of this particular course problem statement? Like which particular buildings can see the sunset? Rajat? Not yet. Okay, no problem. Let me create this particular. Suppose I'm having this particular building. This is my first index, which contains 3. This contains 5. Okay. This contains 4. This contains 4. Again 3. 1. Again 3. And 2. And this is your east side. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now you need to tell which buildings can see the sunset. Which buildings can see the sunset? The second one or the fourth one? Third one as well? Or the fifth one as well? So the answer would be 7, 6, 3, and 1. Right? Is that understood? Let me know. After that, I will come out like what's the logic, how we can code this out. Rajat, Nidhi. This is not a logic right now. I have not discussed the logic, Rajat. I've just tell you like, see this first building can see the sunset. This second building, the height is greater than the first building. That's why this can see. The fourth one can see the sunset, or the fifth one can see the sunset. These are based on the heights of the building. The array is provided based on the height only, right? Let me know. Or do I need to explain that again? After that, I will let you know. Okay, great. So how we're gonna start? So in this particular, this is the east direction, and this is my starting point of the array, right? This is the starting point of the array. So I will start from the end position. I will start from the end position. So this 2 can see the sunset. So I'll return 7. If the second value is greater than the first, then it can see. Okay. So the second value is greater than the first, right? So the 6 can see. The second value is greater than the first. No. Is the second value is greater than this one? No. Is the second value is greater than this? Right. So third index. Is the second value is greater than the previous one? No. Is the second value is greater than the previous one? Yes. 1. Is the second one is greater than the previous one? No. So here's your answer. Able to understand or not? Let me know. If I'm having east, so I will start from the opposite direction. If I'm having west, I will start from the opposite direction. Suppose sun rays are coming from the west direction, so only 3 and 5 can see the sunset. Right? Is that making sense? Yeah, definitely. I will share this particular sheet. You will get the code. I will cover the code now. Let me know if you understood the concept. Then we can jump into the code. Let me erase this. This question is based on stack only. Okay. So here's the code itself. What would be the start index from which I will start? If the direction is west, if I'm taking the left direction from the left hand side, so I will start from the 0th index. If the direction is east, I will start from the negative index, just like I've given you the example. Right? Is that making sense? What is the step size? Step size is 1 because I'm starting from the first. If direction is west, I will start from the first. If the direction is east, I will start from the last, which is the minus first index. Right? So how will you start? The index would be your start index, and first of all, the maximum height would be 0 as of now. Okay. I will start creating a while loop. So building height would be equal to the index value of the buildings, right? Because I'm having this array, suppose 3, 5, 4. So the building height would be this array and this index value, which is getting stored over here. If building height is greater than maximum, then append over here. Just like we were going the back ways. If the second one is higher, append over because it can see the sunset. Otherwise, take the maximum of the previous and the current, just like we were doing in cadence. That's it. Then just increase the index size and the step size. In the example itself, we got the answer like 7, 6, 3, and 1 because we were starting from the last. So if the direction is east, we just need to reverse this entire array. That's it. Let me know. I will explain that again. Take 2 minutes and digest this particular concept. I would recommend that. You can ask any question about that. Nidhi, Kiran. Okay, Nidhi, I'm explaining the code again. Okay, so the example that I've told you is from the east direction. So in east direction, I will be taking the indexing from the other side, right? So the start index would be 0 if the direction is west. So the west direction would be starting from the left only. If east, then -1, the last value. Suppose this is your west and this is your east. So in the east condition, I'm starting, this is your starting of this. So in the west direction, your starting would be from 0, right? But when you're getting the from the east direction, so this is the opposite. So that's why you're taking from the -1 itself. Now I believe it is making sense, right? Or I'll explain again. Okay, great. And the step index would be like if I'm starting from the first index, if it is west direction, else from the negative index if it is the east direction. I'll start creating the index value, what is the at the first index and the maximum height. As of now, I have recorded the maximum height at 0, right? Creating a while loop. First of all, I will store the building height over here and I will take if building height is greater than running maximum. So the first one would be obviously the maximum. So the first value would be stored over here. After that, we will keep on iterating. We will keep on comparing. Is this next value is maximum of the first value? Then in the next value is the maximum of the first value. Then the next value is the maximum of the first value. That's it. And I will keep on increasing the step size. Is that understood? Great. Rajat got the concept. Okay, great. What are the applications of stack? These are the application to reverse a word, right? Put all the letters in a stack and pop them out. You know what is pop? Removing the last element, right? Just pop them out because of the LIFO order of stack. Last in, first out. You will get the letters in reverse order. Okay, is that making sense? In browsers, the back button in the browser saves all the URL you have visited previously in a stack. Each time you visit a new page, it is added up on the top of that particular. When you press the back button, the current URL is removed from the stack and the previous one is accessed. So these questions were asked in like interviews itself, like what is the application of stack, how you can use the stack itself. Let me know all the questions are easy as of now, I think so. This cadence algorithm is very important in terms of arrays. Or last week I have covered KMP algorithm, North Morris Pratt, for pattern recognition. That algorithm is also very important. If you haven't watched my previous session, you can get the recording itself. Q. So what is Q? This is an empty queue. Queue is the opposite of stack. In stack, we were using LIFO. In queue, we will be using FIFO. First in, first out. Right. So this is an empty queue. So NQ is a method in which we will be inserting any value. So we have inserted another value. So and DQ means putting out the value from that particular queue. Raghavendra, you will get the recordings recorded by in the mail itself or in our YouTube channel as well. Yeah, just push and pop like. Great. So here itself, putting items in a queue is called NQ and removing items from the queue is called DQ. Right? We can implement the queue in any programming language, blah, 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 but the specification is pretty much same. I will recommend like the same. You just need to understand the logic you can apply in any programming language. So over here itself, here is a queue. You have initialized this queue as an empty list, right? If you keep on adding NQ, this particular will keep on appending, just like we append in list itself. For DQ, just pop this particular. The last element would be popped out. Display, just simply display the queue and you are good to go. Size, you can get the length of the queue itself. So over here, I've created a function. You need to create an empty space as of now. Then after that, NQ 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 display, you are getting this particular queue. DQ, you have removed the first element because you have inserted it in the last itself. 2, 3, 4, 5. CPU scheduling, disk scheduling. These are the application. When data is transferred asynchronously between two processes, the queue is synchronized. Example, IO buffer, pipes, file, input, output, etc. So all this particular disk scheduling or this CPU scheduling when we were using multi-threading or distributed computing. So all these are in queue itself. Handling of interrupts in real-time systems, right? Call center, cell phones use queue to hold people calling them in order. Let me share my screen. Let's cover all this in Python itself. So for some practical exposure, then we can wrap the session. Meanwhile, you can ask any questions, guys. You will get this particular notebook itself. Let me know if I can share the screen. I believe I'm clearly audible, right? Please give me a quick heads up. Okay, so over here in cadence algorithm, simply I told you like this is another way, another method for implementing. Simply the max current would be, as of now, I iterated at a 0th index, and the maximum value would be the value at the first index, right? Creating a for loop, I will keep on iterating and keep on adding the numbers. But if the maximum numbers is less than the max number, it will gonna replace. If the next number is a negative number, so the max current would be 0. It is a very much clever implementation of cadence algorithm. Meanwhile, I would recommend you will start with the concept. You will stick to the concept, like how it works, taking the max value of the previous one. Simply, I have just given an array itself over here, so you can get to know how it works. This is your stack. Let me run this. I'm pushing 5. Pushing 4. Pushing 5 again. Pushing 8. And pushing 0. Now tell me like which value would be at the top of this stack. I will run this later. I've started with 5, then 4, then 5, then 8 and 0. So which value would be at the top? Anyone? Great, Rajat. Let's see. Yep, 0 value is at this top. Let's return this as an array so you can get 0. For getting the minimum value is 0 itself, and the max value is 8, right? So this is the function for balancing brackets. So over here you can see if I'm putting out a open bracket and close bracket, so it will gonna give me a true value. Anything I can write inside like MyWays as well. But if this is unequal, this is not balanced, so this is gonna give me a false value, right? Is that making sense? For the sunset, this is the array that I have given you an example, right? But what happen if I want to see the sunset from the opposite direction? So only 0 and 1. The building at 0th index and the first index can see the sunset, right? This is the queue that we have discussed. I believe we are good for today. Just give me a quick heads up, guys, like how's the session so far? In the next session, we will be covering trees, BST, heaps, and binary search tree as well. And we'll be covering like important concept like how we can traverse to each. We are having different pre-order traversal or post-order traversal in BST, right, Rajat? So I'll be explaining that as well. So let me know a quick. Yep. Let me know a quick feedback for this session. If you're having any doubt, you can connect to me via LinkedIn itself. Nitya can answer that question. Nitya, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So they were asking like from where they can get all the recordings.
So all the recordings will be up on our YouTube channel and also on our website too. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yes. So thank you so much, Rohan, for the session, and the session was a very good as all of the time. Thank you so much for taking, and all of the students, thank you so much for joining in. As I have told, the next session is on next Friday, 7 p.m. So as I told, I have something for you at the end of the session. Let me tell you. Yes. So YouTube, you can just go to the MyWays session, MyWays YouTube channel. You can just find all the links there. So as I have told you, first of all, let's give a huge shout out to the mentor. You can join him on the LinkedIn, and you can follow us on LinkedIn as well to get all the updates. And also you can join our WhatsApp community group so that we can actually you can get all the updates of all these sessions, and we have this sessions at every Friday, every Saturday of week, and like there is every week there is 1 or 2 sessions. So please stay updated on our WhatsApp, Telegram, or LinkedIn, or any other social platform to stay updated about this session. So I request all of you to please fill the feedback form for the job hiring test also, so that our team can review your profile for the job application. So the feedback form itself is an interest form. You can just fill that, and please, I request all of you to fill that. Otherwise, we are not able to know that your interest and all. So now, as I told you, I'll brief about you about the project at the end of the session. So let me know. So we have in My Gurukul an extended domain of the MyWays, where we actually place the tech students with our hiring partners. We won't charge anything from the tech students. Once the student is actually get passed and clear our hiring test, it has and all the interview process, it can placed with our hiring partner company. Not only this, it can treat for at least for 3 months the on-job training where it's learning what he or she is applying. So your transition from college to the industry become very smooth with MyWays, and MyWays that did all this at no cost from the student. And if you are a student which is very much you can say passionate, who is interested and dedicated over the career, should definitely this. We have a lot of company profiles, different domains from ML to SGE to Python developer to front end, back end, every profile we have. And we have hiring partners like Fleetex and Paytm also. So please keep posted to know about this, and please do not forget to fill this feedback form. Any other questions I would like to answer, please let me know in the chat section. Any one of you can let us know the feedback and your experience with MyWays to me in the chat section. Anyone? Hi guys, I'm just waiting for your reply. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, for sure. I'll send all the messages in the group itself, all the sessions of recording, all the notes on the group also, and you must receive the email. If you have not get the email, I'll send all the project. So Ninayak, I'll send the project first, second project, and third project also to you, and please stay updated in the group. So basically all the updates will be in the DSA September sprint, and also feel free to add your friends in the group. Any other questions? So Rohan, and thank you so much for having this session with us today. We are very happy to host you and looking forward to host you on 30th also. So I guess it's time to wrap up. Have a lovely weekend. Manish is saying something. So do we have a multiple placement test or just when is it? So we have a since this is a DSA sprint, so we have a one placement test which is of DSA on the next. I hope I'm all and able to answer. I missed the first project. So I will give you the next project. Please make sure that you submit it on time. The next first you clear the DSA, then if we have the opening on the DSA, we will, yes, it is based on the DSA profile or the interview profile which we have based on your interest. So the common hiring test, the first will be on the DSA itself. Yes, it is necessary to submit all the projects for the certificate, and it give all the projects will give you a edge over the. I guess all of your questions are all of you are okay with it now. Like let's wrap up. Thank you so much for attending the session. We're looking forward to host you next Friday also. Have a nice weekend. Thank you so much.